Other species, you know, beavers, they've been making their beaver dams the same way for thousands and thousands of years. And, you know, and bees have been making their beehives the same way for thousands and thousands of years. But in just 5,000 to 8,000 years, we've gone from hunter-gatherer civilization to space travel, iPhones, 3D printers, and what we're doing now. No other species has the ability to not only make the environment serve us, but reinvent the way we use our environment in that way. And that's particularly unique to humanity. And I want to contrast this definition of humanity, of taking the world around you and improving it and fixing it. I want to contrast that with a term that we've been using in CPI a lot. I guess I shouldn't say a term or a phrase. It's two words. We talk about living biologically. And this is a phrase we've been using a lot because, you know, if you look at, you know, the weeds in your garden, they're alive. They're not dead. And if you look at rats, you know, rats that are running around, they're alive, they're not dead. But they're not alive in the human sense. They're seeking pleasure, they're avoiding pain, and they're going through the world, but kind of like what you said, they're not reflecting. They just kind of are going through the motions. They are alive, but they're only living biologically. They're not alive in the sense that human beings are truly alive. And that many people in our world today, I would argue, are living in the same way. They're just kind of going through the motions. They're going one way, they're going another way. The system nudges them, or social media or whatever nudges them to go one way, and they go there, or they get nudged to go another way. And they're never stopping, and they're never reflecting. And I would argue that the powers that be, the people that have the power, we're talking about Wall Street in London, the ultra-rich monopolies, that they would like to reduce us all to living biologically. They see us as rats. They see us as weeds. They see us as something that they can just craft. And they're very afraid of innovation. And they're very afraid of human beings continuing to advance because it means they'll no longer be at the top of the hill. And they're quite afraid of human progress. And because they see it as like a game of king of the mountain. And they're at the top. And then they declare game over. They're at the top forever. And I would argue that that's just not the nature of humanity. We are an innovative species. We want more than we already have. We want to grow and expand. And so they're desperately trying to reduce us to a biological existence. And that's when you talk about you'll own nothing and be happy about it. You'll live in a pod and you'll eat bugs. That's what's going on, is they're trying to strip us of the innovationism, the spark of creativity that defines what it means to be human. They're trying to reduce us to an animalistic existence. And so what we're trying to do with CPI, I mean, we're obviously trying to do a lot of things, but if you think big picture, what we're trying to do is we're trying to awaken people from living biologically, and we're trying to help people discover their true humanity, their creative ability. That is what we're trying to do with the Center for Political Innovation. We're trying to rescue people from living biologically and awaken them to be innovationists. And I think that's a noble mission.